Alright, so I'm going to shoot this video to explain what we're looking at here. We just got up on the lift and we found that the clutch is fine. It was just basically a linkage issue with the transfer case. We had to free it up because it was kind of stuck in neutral. So we've done that, and the inspection of the clutch shows it to be fairly new. Has plenty of life in it, so there's no reason to address that. So we're finding, because the linkage was kind of frozen up, that's typical for this vehicle. A lot of little things just need to be basically freed up. Door handles are tight, things like that. So anyway, we're going to go through this right now and put in a new clutch slave and master, because that is one of the things that needs to be done. The slave cylinder's down there and the master is up here on the firewall. We're going to do both of those. You can see the engine's all original. Looks a little, tired and whatnot, but that's typical for an older Land Cruiser. But a lot of things will clean up really well, and again, it's all stock. Nothing's been messed with here, which is just great to see. After going through and looking at it in detail, I think the worst part of the rust is sort of back here. Right there is that one section, and there's a little bit of bleeding that happens through here, which could be addressed fairly simply. Little spots here, but that stuff's not going to move too much, especially for where this is going to be living in Costa Rica. Back here, we put on a brand new one of these to give you good lighting. All these arms will be all cleaned up, sanded and cleaned up, but overall, this is oops. Gotta free that up, I think. Not gonna open easily. Gotta get that to open, but overall, it's in decent shape. Tailgate, fine condition there as well. It does have a receiver, not a receiver, a tow ball on there, so we can replace it with a receiver hitch, like we talked about. So that's similar, that'll come off. And again, just looking down the side of this thing, very, very straight. No dents or dings. It will need a new windshield because it looks like that one's cracked. But boy, let's see. Oh, the other rust was right over here as well. Show you this, a little bit of rust right there. Other than that, it's the body's really excellent. The top, very straight, very nice there as well. Interior wise, boy, needs to be steam cleaned, but it is kind of remarkable how excellent the interior is on this. Usually you'll see seats that are worn or ripped or much more stained. The door panels have issues. These don't have any at all. Headliner, perfect as well. Really nice condition there as well. So the dash is all stock. And again, all door jambs and things like that. Even the weather stripping, we talked about that yesterday. I wouldn't be quick. Yep, that's another thing that has to be freed up. Door handles. I wouldn't change any weather stripping on this. I think it's all really solid as far as that goes. So anyway, it's nice to see everything that we've discovered so far here this morning. Again, this seat is, usually this thing is a slight little tear right there. Not even an actual wear point, but usually this is all ripped up from an FJ60. That's mint. So that does say a lot about the overall condition of the truck. It's like taking the temperature. When you see things like that, you know that it's, pretty healthy truck. So we're going to go put the new clutch and slave in it today and get it so we can move it around now. And we'll talk about some of the other details. We talked about the front axle reseal. We'd like to do that right through here. And also new brakes and things like that I'll detail in our conversation. But pretty nice Land Cruiser.